I don't have time. Biggest lie I ever told myself.
All of us tell ourselves, you make time for what your priority is.
Yes, yes. I at that point, I had a life coach with me. I've always been like, "Help me understand what I don't know." One of the first things that we figured out was I drove 20 minutes to work, like 23 minutes to work. Times that by 2, that's 46 minutes every single day I spent in the car listening to the radio. Can I use that time better? So as we talk about, like, some of the books and stuff like that, times that by 5 days, right? I'm finishing a book, every week and a half. I went from I can't like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Getting Things Done, Radical Candor, right? All of these different books that had such an effect on me. That's the first thing that I think I learned. So if you're like, man, I don't have time, whatever it is, do the work, figure out how you learn. The second thing that I've learned is I had the opportunity to be able to work with bigger and bigger companies. And I don't know why this is, but the bigger the company, it seems the more humble and open the owner is. I've said this before, like going into expos, like maybe we got a booth or I'm talking to someone. It's like, I'll get the contractor that's always, no, nope, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good. I don't need anything. I'm just here to look. But then what I found is that the person who will talk to you is the $100 million owner who's just, hey, what do you got? Talk to me. And they're just searching for additional things to be able to level up, where some of those small to mid-sized contractors are so protected. It's just crazy to me. And as you were talking through all of the stuff, that's what was going through my head is that start with the why, the K Post University. It's all of this. We're going to share this knowledge and this wealth, which sometimes is different than what I see from small and medium contractors.
We have a team now. So by having this team that you were talking about earlier, it frees Keith and I up and Jane up to be able to be more open and bring people in. But I think it's always been our culture to share. The contracting world is made up of typically a pissed off estimator and a pissed off superintendent that left someplace painting, landscaping, plumbing, roofing, much like what happened with Keith and his original partner in his original business, and they were pissed off at where they were at because the owner wouldn't do something. They went across the street, they put their shingle up, no pun intended, and boom, they were in business. And they themselves became one of the biggest contractors in the DFW marketplace. Not as organized, not as marketing, not as set up with processes and systems, but they just did it right. If Keith went out and sold it and said, this is how we're going to do it, operations executed it. And between the two of them, they figured out exactly how to take care of the client. Because if we always forget as a company, no matter what size you are, our bosses are not the owners. Our bosses are the clients each and every time. Our bosses, it depends on how that owner feels that, excuse me, that owner that you're selling to, that customer, that client, how they feel about you will gauge the growth of your business. We've been very fortunate that when we set K Post up and we had an offense and a defense and a special teams and we had this sports analogy, and then we were fortunate enough to get the old Cowboy Stadium that had the hole in it so God could watch his football team. And we coded that job that put us on the map and tied to our sports. And then all the way through, as you recognized earlier, we've done all the sports teams. We've targeted that. We wanted to be a sports driven type company. And you've got to decide that as a company as in the very beginning as you start.